Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check.
Dean Nicholson Pavilion, Jeff McMillan alongside Will Ortner. Tonight, the Wildcats do a back-to-back game, a little back-to-back action, if you would say, as they face Northwest Nazarene back-to-back nights. Last night, an exciting game with the Wildcats pulling off what some would say would be the big upset. The Wildcats struggled in the first half, but kept everything close. The final score last night, a big win, 94 points, as Will called it, the Chalupa almost moment. 94-84, the Wildcats beating Northwest Nazarene. The Wildcats now look to make it 2 in a row. So that's what we got to keep an eye on as things are going to go. Will, from last night, walk me through the things you loved. I know that Northwest Nazarene had a lot of good things going for them early, but talk about what the Wildcats did to stop that.
Well, what the Wildcats started to do, Jeff, was they did a good job of not coming out of their offense. You saw a lot of players who don't normally have high point totals make sure that they get involved in the offense and come up with some big points. My main guy right now is C.J. Hyder. Jeff, he was perfect last night from everywhere but one shot at the free throw line. He went 5 for 5 from the field, 4 from 4 for three-point land, and that led to him having a game high for the Wildcats, 18 points. I would look to see more of C.J. Hyder in this game. He had the hot hand last game. The Cats played him. He got more time than he usually does. Although, as I look out there right now, it looks like he's limping around a little bit.
As we're looking on the floor, we're going to get ready for the game to start about 20 seconds from tip-off. Socially distanced. All the fans in the crowd mean none, except for a cameraman. I can see
I'm out here, Jeff.
You are the fan. I can see Athletic Director Dennis Francois out there as well as we get ready for tip-off. We're going to have the national anthem coming in just a few seconds. We're ready to go here on the Wildcat Sports Radio Network and CWU Athletics on YouTube.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the live coverage of CWU basketball here on the Wildcat Sports Radio Network. Nazarene Nighthawks and your Central Washington Wildcats. At this time, we ask that you rise and please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. coverage of CWU basketball on the Wildcat Sports Radio Network.
Jeff McMillan, Will Ordner here in the Crow's Nest above Dean Nicholson Pavilion, the beautiful court with the forward-facing cat as the Wildcats take on Northwest Nazarene, the Nighthawks. I assume that any hawk that's out after dark would be a Nighthawk, but we know that nothing good happens at night, right, Will?
That's what my parents told me, and that's why I never leave the house if it's dark.
As we're getting ready for the Wildcats starting lineup, we can talk a little bit. You can hear Caleb Dunlap in the background, the beautiful dulcet tones of one Caleb Dunlap. We can talk a little bit more about that 10-point win that the Wildcats were able to achieve last night. 56 second half points for the Wildcats, while their defense came alive, really kind of holding the team in front of them. Will, we talked about Gilson, we've talked about some of these other guys throughout the entire time, but really, CJ Hyder, you said it yourself, really had a coming out party, along with Pollard too. Pollard really, that spark plug player, my apologies, really kind of came alive.
Yeah, Jeff, Micah Pollard had a fantastic game. I mean, everybody knows when we talk about Micah Pollard how fast he is on the floor. He's always hustling. He's always trying to do the extra thing. He's always diving on the ground for loose balls, fighting to get back defensively. But last night, where we really saw him excel was how he was shooting the basketball. He was 3 for 5 from the three-point line, and I believe this is a season high in points for him with 11 last night. Fantastic job by Micah Pollard. It looks like CJ Hyder is not going to be playing today. He still is in his street clothes. So I'm a little disappointed after what a great game that he has to be out, and hopefully it's not an injury that is long lasting.
Gabriel Murphy set for the tip against Marcus Gilson. And we are underway. Tip one on a little sloppiness there. Opened up by Northwest Nazarene. Terashima gets the ball after the tip. Moving it around to Ali. To the hoop. Nothing doing there. The Wildcats defense stopping Ezekiel Ali early on.
Fantastic play by the Wildcats there, Jeff. Don't let him get started early.
Wildcats right away opening up with Poquette from the high key to attack the hoop, and he scores.
I like Matt Poquette attacking Murphy right there. Jeff, go right after the big fella.
And the counter coming in and one on that one as Ryzen Burgess was rising in the lane.
I feel bad to take that one away from you, Jeff, but that's Sam Roth down there.
My apologies, dyslexia taking over as 21 and 12 can look similar when you just look at the score sheet.
Yes, well, now you're just trying to blame me.
Sam Roth set for the free throw. It rattles out. Poquette gets the rebound for the Wildcats. Poquette bringing the ball to the floor. Gets it off the Pope, thinking about a three from way out there. Wildcats just handing the ball off, trying to get mismatches on the floor. Xavier Smith step back jumper, rims it off, but he got the mismatch he wanted there. He got Roth against him, and the Wildcats take it away.
Fantastic hustle there by Amari Stafford. He was the only Wildcat against 3 Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks, and he still came up with that offensive board.
Poquette seeing the double team, and it goes off of Poquette as it's swatted off by Kobe Terashima.
Unfortunate right there, Jeff. It looks like Northwest Nazarene is going to come out in that 2-3 zone that they did last night. The Central Washington Wildcats need to make sure that they pass the ball around and are swinging the ball. Don't let yourself get caught in a corner, and that's what happened to Poquette there.
Terashima moving the ball around. Nice high dribble by number 15, Reedy. Reedy gets a whistle on him. We're going the other way.
Looks like he was ready to walk all over the place, Jeff, and that's why he got called for a travel. But
killing me.
I'm trying to.
Wildcats, Pope holding the ball to Poquette. Gilson looking to get it down inside to either Smith or Pope. Now he's got to pick up his dribble. Pope for three, off the iron. Ezekiel Ali gets it. I can't wait till Ezekiel Ali throws an alley-oop, and I go, Ezekiel alley-oop.
Well, I hope he never does, Jeff.
Step back jumper misses there. His foot was on the line. The ball goes off. Gabriel Murphy on that one.
Good job by Poquette and Gilson getting a nice box out. It was a little double team action there to make sure that Murphy wasn't able to get the ball inbounds on that rebound.
Xavier Smith bringing the ball up the floor. 2-2. It's all knotted up early on with 2 minutes gone in this game. Twos everywhere. Poquette against the double team. He finds Pope. Pope from the corner. It's good.
Fantastic job there by Matt Poquette. He got the double team that he wanted, kicked it out to the wide open man in the corner. Great shot by Pope.
Murphy inside and scores in the transition. Wildcats had trouble matching up there.
Murphy's a big body down low, Jeff. The Wildcats got to make sure they get Poquette and Gilson to cover him and not let him use his strength to get down low.
We got a whistle on the floor. Officials talking it over, waiting for Pope to come over and take the ball. Now Smith says, I got this. Nope, Smith doesn't get it. Stafford comes over. So the Wildcats having a little confusion on who's going to do the inbounding. I don't know how important of a job it is, but I know that it can result in a turnover.
It seems very important to me, Jeff.
Carry there, I think, is what the call is against Xavier Smith. He did get his hand underneath the ball.
A little bit. There was a little bit of contact there that caused him to get his hand under the ball. Like to see a little more passing there.
Terashima to Ezekiel Alley. Alley dribbles in with the left hand, goes hard to the hoop, and gets Marcus Gilson for a foul, and he's going to go to the free throw line for 2.
I like that foul there by Gilson. He gave him a Tom O'Leary and a Jack Johnson, making sure there was no easy shots there from Alley. Make him go to the charity stripe and make him earn both of them.
It's a high-quality reference there from Anchorman, I think is what it is. Give him a little of the Tom O'Leary and the Jack Johnson.
I think so. I think it comes from boxing.
17-12 on the clock. The free throw up and good. It's all knotted up. 5s across the board, I guess is what we would say. We're at Dean Nicholson Pavilion. Jeff McMillan alongside Will Ortner. I almost called you Tuna there. As I'm so used to saying Dave Averlow's name. The Wildcats bringing the ball up the floor. Gilson gets it on the wing, looking for Stafford. Stafford's got Ezekiel Alley on it. They find Xavier Smith. Xavier Smith gets bodied. They're going to call a charge there. Reedy was ready on that one. We're going to hear a lot of those tonight, I think.
Yes, there's going to be a lot of ready jokes. And look, even as a Wildcat fan, I can't complain too much about that one. That was just a good defensive play there by Reedy. He knew that Xavier Smith was going to want to get into the paint. He was going to want to get in and force the defense to get a double team on him. He went for the dribble drive there, and Reedy was ready for the charge.
Xavier Smith was able to get his hand in there and force a travel there. Ezekiel Alley could not handle the defense. It was great pressure, and that's what you see from the long arms of Xavier Smith.
Those long arms of Xavier Smith really got in the alley of that passing lane.
Oh, man, it's going to be one of those nights, huh?
Yes, sir.
Swinging the ball around, the Wildcats trying to find something here early. Really no rhythm for the Wildcats as Gilson goes to the hoop. He's working against Murphy. He goes up strong. Murphy can't contain the extreme power of one Marcus Gilson.
Great play by Gilson, just showing everybody he's the strongest in the gym right now.
Terashima dribbling through traffic. Now he's swinging around. Terashima's got a mismatch with Gilson. They get it to Ezekiel Alley. He kicks it to the corner. Sam Roth from the corner rattles out.
The Wildcats have to be careful there. Can't let Alley beat them and get into the lane and pass the open man. Northwest Nazarene, they're not going to miss that shot too many times.
Whistle on the floor. 16 minutes gone in the game. The Wildcats leading by 1. The score 7-6 as the Wildcats lead Northwest Nazarene all the way from Nampa, Idaho.
I know nothing about Nampa, Idaho, Jeff.
I can tell you I took a trip there to call a game in the middle of a blizzard. The most exciting experience of my life.
Because it was blizzarding?
Oh yeah, it was frightening.
Oh, well that doesn't sound exciting, that sounds frightening.
Dribbling around, Poquette gets it. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Poquette with the leaner, rattles it up and in. Great look by Matt Poquette.
I don't know what it is about Matt Poquette, Jeff, but every time we call a game, it's like he doesn't miss.
Except for that game where he did miss.
I think he missed one shot. Not everybody's going to be perfect every time, Jeff.
Whistle on the floor. We've got a timeout on the floor, and with that timeout, we can take a quick timeout here on the Wildcat Sports Radio Network.
Live coverage of Central Washington University basketball will return right after this. University basketball.
Back in the action, Jeff McMillan, Will Ordner sitting in the crow's nest right now. 15:35 gone left in this first half. The Wildcats leading by 3, 9-6 is the score. So many different things going on up here. The Wildcats haven't found a rhythm, but they're leading, and that's the most important thing early on. Xavier Smith has played outstanding defense for the Wildcats early on here, and Matt Poquette has found a way to score multiple times in this game. Stafford gets the ball in the wing. He loses it, gets it to Gilson, luckily. Smith gets it. Smith dribbling around. The X Factor in trouble, fading, spinning shot. He misses it. Gilson gets it against 4 Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks.
I made a joke early about getting a little Jack Johnson and Tom O'Leary, but it seemed like Marcus Gilson got that after a fantastic play to get that offensive rebound. There were 4 Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks all around him, and every single one of them was taking a hack at him.
Ball inbounded to Gilson. Gilson drives to the hoop with the right, spins back, and he gets swatted on the interior by number 5, Farron.
Nice play there by Farron. Gilson was just a little out of control. Looked like he needed to take a step there instead of just trying to spin and go right up. Take that jump stop, get a pump fake, get the guy up in the air, go into him, get the foul, and 1 opportunity.
Ball inbounded. Smith with the fading three-pointer from the corner. Nothing but the bottom of the net. The Wildcats are doubling up their opponents. 12-6 the score. Terashima bringing it up. They swing it around to Ezekiel Alley. Alley dribbling in traffic. Kicks it out. They find Nelson, who's come into the game. Terashima loses his dribble. Reedy to the hoop. And he rattles it out. Reedy with that headband on. Looks kind of like Johnny from the Cobra Kai.
I actually don't get that reference either.
It's the Karate Kid for 3. Pollard misses on that one.
Oh, I get it. Wax on, wax off. There we go.
Going to the hoop. Gilson gives great defense. The ball almost turned over in a sliding tackle out there. Somebody might get a yellow card, potentially a red.
That isn't how basketball works there, Jeff. But I like the hustle from Matt Poquette. He's diving on the floor, trying to make the extra play. I wish he'd be a little smarter in that situation. Like, it didn't seem to me like it was still a loose ball. There wasn't a reason to dive there, but I'm not going to knock the hustle. I love the attempt.
Right now, the score on the floor, 12-6. Central Washington University leading the Nighthawks, who they upset last night with a 10-point win, winning 94-84. This is a really tough Northwest Nazarene team. You had talked about it last night, how this team is a team that is knocking on the door of the tournament, but 2 losses to the Wildcats could really put that in jeopardy.
Yeah, Jeff, but really, if you're a Wildcats fan, it's not about putting it in jeopardy for Northwest Nazarene. It's about showing your team that you have the guys that can compete at that level. So getting another victory here would really cement the team, and I think it would jumpstart the team towards next year.
Nelson from the corner and buries the 3. Great play set up there by Allen as he went baseline and found his man in the corner. Smith dribbling high, looking for the screen. No, he's going to take it himself. Rifles it across to Pollard. Pollard shoots for 3 again. He rattles it out. Sometimes he's hot, sometimes he's cold, sometimes he's yes, sometimes he's no. Right now, 0 for 2 from three-point land for Pollard.
I still like those shots by Pollard. They're open looks. Take them if you got them.
Fox makes that one there, and they are tightening the noose on this game right now. 12-12, it's all knotted up.
That's 2 shots in a row where Northwest Nazarene has found Fox in the corner. I'd look for the Cats to make sure that doesn't happen.
Dribbling around, finding it. Wildcats score. 14-12 to score, 13-16 rolling on the clock. Allen brings it up. No, keeps it himself. Swings it around to Fox. Nelson, who scored in double figures last night, looks to keep his scoring streak alive. Allen gets it at the top of the key. Ezekiel Alley separates from his man Pollard, finds Nelson in the corner. Nelson for 3, and he gets his second one from that same corner, all created by Ezekiel Alley.
That's 3 threes in a row on 3 different possessions, Jeff. I don't like it right now. The Wildcats seem to be going for steals that they really don't have a chance at making that play, and it's leading to wide open looks for the Nighthawks.
Poquette for 3, it rattles out. It's tipped away. Wildcats not able to get it. Ezekiel Alley going coast to coast off of the transition, swung away by Matt Poquette, and we're back in transition. Gannett's got it. He gives it off to Smith. Smith attacks the hoop, finger rolls it up and in off the glass, and the Wildcats score. Great in transition.
Great hustle play over there by Matt Poquette, not giving up on the play and swatting Alley, and that's led to great offense by the Cats.
Deep three-pointer. Nelson is bullying the Wildcats right now. James Nelson, 3 for 3 from downtown, the 6'6" forward from Salem, Utah.
Cannot let him get started, Jeff. Last night he struggled shooting against the Cats. If he gets hot, the Cats might be in trouble.
Working around. And the score, 18-18, all knotted up.
Fantastic shot by Xavier Smith over there, Jeff. He just seemed to make sure that he found a wide open look. Cutting his alley, shoots, misses. Great rebound by Rose. Oh, bad pass. Nelson steals it. Up and in for the and one.
Huge mistake by Kyson Rose there, turning it over. And I'll tell you, Nelson has come alive in this game, really kind of attacking the Wildcats with his ability to stretch the floor with the three and then forcing that turnover. He is fired up.
He already has 11 points in this one, Jeff, and it's almost like he's trying to make up for the fact that he struggled a little bit last night. He's 4 for 4 right now from the field, but really the most important thing, he is 3 from 3 from beyond the arc, and he's hitting NBA three-pointers out here, Jeff. That's going to be tough to guard.
And that's one of the things to talk about is if he's able to stretch that floor as the big, that's going to make a whole lot more action for Kobe Terashima, Jalen Fox, but really Ezekiel Alley will have the ability to attack the hoop even more. You know he's a guy that's going to go out and get his points. The Wildcats can't let the second and third guy be able to fill up that stat sheet.
Exactly, Jeff, but this is exactly what happened on yesterday's game. Nelson took a lot of shots. Alley took a lot of shots. Now, Terashima hasn't taken a lot of shots yet, but I would assume very soon he's going to be looking to make sure that he gets a chance to shoot his shot. So right now, the Wildcats have to make sure that they start getting more in a press on Nelson. Get him out of the shooting streak, just like last night they did to Alley. That's going to be the key of them maintaining this lead through the rest of this first half. Get the ball out of Nelson's hand, and when he's shooting, get a hand in his face.
The Nighthawks leading by 2 at Dean Nicholson Pavilion. Jeff McMillan, Will Ordner. It's 18-20 right now. Wildcats early on had great success. I think that Xavier Smith is kind of that difference maker that the Wildcats need early on. He's a guy that can cause a lot of problems defensively, and that's where they really need him to shine. But someone else is going to have to be able to step up, especially with the perimeter defense. You can't have these bigs like Roth out there shooting uncontested long shots. Nelson makes his free throw. Wildcats trail by 3, 21-18 to Northwest Nazarene. July O'Keefe brings the ball up the floor. The Wildcats moving it around. Rose looking for O'Keefe. Nothing doing there. Gannett. Nice bounce pass in the lane to Pollard. Pollard in trouble. He gets it out. O'Keefe rattles it out. Moving back the other way, and the Wildcats have gone cold from outside.
I like the play there by Pollard, though, Jeff. Attack the middle of the Northwest Nazarene defense, get the ball, and then kick it out to the wide open O'Keefe. Unfortunately, it just did not seem to fall.
Little body right there, and the Wildcats are going to get a whistle in their favor on that one. 10:50 on the clock right now, left before we hit the half. The Wildcats trailing 21-18 early on.
Looked like that foul there was on Andrew Farron. Jeff, that's huge for the Cats. Farron's a big body down low. Now you got a smaller Northwest Nazarene unit out against a smaller Central Washington unit. Let's see a fast-paced game start to take place here.
Ball down inside, swinging around. Pollard for 3, rattles out. 0 for 3 from downtown is Micah Pollard. Now we're in transition. Wildcats trying to match up. Northwest Nazarene looking to attack the hoop. They lose the ball, but it's picked up by number 12, Sam Roth, who slows it down. Now they give it back to Allen. Allen looking for the high screen. Looks to attack the hoop. He kicks it out to Nelson. Nelson finally misses from downtown. Pollard has a 1-on-5. Sometimes he does take it to the hoop, and guess what? Here he goes. 1-on-4 in the paint. Gets it up. Too much on that one, and we're back in transition. It's a horse race to the other end, and a trip up there. Jalen Fox stepped on Wildcat's foot. Let's see what the call is.
Ball out of bounds on Northwest Nazarene. They just seem to be a little bit out of control there, Jeff. Great defense by O'Keefe to make sure that he got in the way, and he forced the miscue and the turnover from the Nighthawks.
Set for the inbound right now. O'Keefe, bring it up. And a turnover, unforced error. Gannett there hit it off his shin. Thought he was playing a little soccer out there, football.
Just got a little lazy on that one, Jeff. You got to make sure that when you're passing the ball off, it gets into your next man's hand. There's no reason that should happen.
George Reedy brings it in. Looking for the backside cut now. Nothing doing there. They get it back to Nelson the bully. Swinging it around, and an unforced turnover there, and the Wildcats have a transition. Pollard one-on-one against Terashima, finger rolls it in and avoids the contact. A great score for the Wildcats. It's a one-point game with the Nighthawks leading Central Washington University here at Dean Nicholson Pavilion. Terashima gets a mismatch he likes. Nelson, a one-step dribble, jumper, rolls out, and Nelson has gone cold the last 2 times down the floor.
Believe it or not, on defense, Michael Pollard has done a great job against Nelson.
Stafford to the hoop, too much on it. A little push underneath. Marcus Gilson not arguing with the official. Terashima bringing it up behind the back dribble. Swinging the ball underneath, and a beautiful pass by number 15, Reedy to Roth.
2 Wildcats came up on the help there. They forgot about Roth. They did not account for him, and that led to the easy Northwest Nazarene bucket there.
Gilson finds Amari Stafford. Swinging the ball around, getting it down low to Gilson. Gilson working it down low in the post. Beautiful move and a score. A little hook with the arm, not called on that one.
Well, that's just being a savvy veteran, Jeff, making sure that you know how to get into the lane, use a nice move that the ref isn't going to see, get the layup, get the points, and now it's a 1-point game.
Swinging the ball, trying to find something here. Terashima kicks it out. Number 12 to the hoop, Roth. Nothing doing. Great rebound underneath by the big man. Nelson, who's had an amazing game.
He's been fantastic, Jeff. He's got 13 points for Northwest Nazarene, and the Wildcats need to figure out something that they can do to make sure that that man is not as on fire from the field later today.
Turnover coast to coast. Gilson in. Gilson with the hard foul. He was in hot pursuit on that one.
You have to make that foul there, Jeff. There's just no other way about it. You can't let Northwest Nazarene go up, get the easy dunk. You got to foul him there, make him go to the free throw line, make him earn it.
I think that's the second foul for Gilson on that one. We'll double check after this, but Gilson did not let the defender or the offensive player get to the hoop. He played tough defense and looked for the hard foul. Wasn't going to give up the old slam dunk.
No, you can't let someone throw it down in your home stadium. You got to make sure that when teams come into Nicholson Pavilion, they earn all of their points. That's what Gilson did there. It was the smart play. It's what you have to do when you turn the ball over in a fast break situation.
25-24, the Wildcats trailing Northwest Nazarene by 3 points. Just under 8 minutes left in the first half. The Wildcats have played well. Well, as we're watching this game go on, we've seen kind of a back and forth. And outside of, sorry to jump off, but something I just saw down there, Paul Rush, very fired up, knocked down a chair with his fiery nature down there as he's telling his team that they're not boxing out on rebounds. He's very fired up. And the Wildcats, you know, it's really right now one guy causing a lot of problems, and that is James Nelson, the sophomore. Without his threes and without the scoring that he's been able to give and the great rebounding, the Wildcats would have complete control of this game.
He has 14 points by himself, Jeff. No one else on the team for Northwest Nazarene has more than 4. He has 10 more points than everybody, right? So
yeah.
The big thing is going to be finding a way to slow him down. And weirdly enough, the guy who was doing the best job on him was little Micah Pollard. Here's James Nelson, this big, hulking 6'6" offensive player going up against Micah Pollard, who's maybe 6'1" if we're being nice to him, right? But he just pesters Nelson. He gets in his way, he gets his hand in his face, and so no easy looks are being able to be had for Nelson. I don't think that you should switch them on each other, but you need to find a bigger player, more like an Amari Stafford or a Matt Poquette, to start playing defense on Nelson the way that Pollard was.
Right, and Reckitt at the free throw line makes the first. 4-point lead now for Northwest Nazarene. Set for his second. Up and good. 27-22, the Wildcats falling behind, need to find that rhythm, and I think that rhythm could have come in the game in the way of number 25, Matt Poquette, back into the game for the Wildcats.
It's going to be huge, Jeff. You're going to look to see him get involved offensively.
Swinging the ball around, Pollard's got a mismatch. Him versus nobody, but he misses the three-pointer.
The three-point shot just doesn't seem to be falling for Pollard tonight. He's getting wide open looks. They're not bad takes. For whatever reason, he just can't seem to find the bottom of the net.
Terashima for three. He falls down and gets a bounce that goes in and out. Now we're in transition. Pollard goes behind the back with the dribble, taking 1-on-5. Little bounce pass in traffic to O'Keefe. O'Keefe finds Stafford. Stafford going baseline floater from the side. Nothing doing. Gannett tips it around. Poquette battles. Pollard goes for a steal. It's a demolition derby out there right now. Cars crashing everywhere.
I saw the absolute craziest thing, Jeff. Micah Pollard boxed out one Gabriel Murphy. There is an 8-inch height difference, and Micah Pollard got the rebound. I absolutely love the way he plays the game. It's almost like you're just going 110 and a 60 the whole time.
Pollard's that guy when you would see him on the playground courts that you knew he was gonna, if he got the ball in any kind of transition or steal, he was going against whatever numbers. And if he was hot, he was hot. And if he was cold, he better make up for it somewhere else. And I think he's doing that in this game.
I'd agree with you, Jeff. He's just a Mr. Hustle out there. He never gives up. I love that style of basketball.
Wildcats, 7-11 on the clock. We always seem to be in the stop position when it's 7-11. 28-22, the Wildcats trailing Northwest Nazarene here at Dean Nicholson Pavilion. Set for the free throw, number 15, George Reedy. Reedy or not, he buries that one. 29-22 the score.
The Wildcats need to find some offensive buckets right now, Jeff. They haven't had anything fall in quite a while.
Rose wasn't ready for that pass on the little pick and roll there. Terashima in transition, kicks it to the corner for three, buries it. Number 15, George Reedy, is all over the Wildcats in transition there.
Can't let that happen, Jeff. The Wildcats need to get a bucket.
Three-pointer misses everything. Maybe it was a pass there from Kyson Rose. Ezekiel Alley to the hoop and scores. And Rose seemed to be a little bit of a liability out there. The ill-advised pick and roll that he wasn't ready for. The missed three, that was an air ball, and then basically gets caught in transition there and can't handle Ezekiel Alley.
He's a freshman, Jeff. Sometimes freshmen make mistakes. I'm not going to call him a liability. He's just out there learning. He doesn't get a lot of minutes, but right now he does get a few. And so it's going to take time for him to adjust to the college game. I'm going to have Kyson Rose's back. You might not, but I'm going to protect the young fella from you.
6:35 on the clock. The Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks 34, the Central Washington University Wildcats 22. The Wildcats have had trouble keeping pace with this team. They came out like gangbusters and were scoring all over the floor. Matt Poquette was really the spark plug for the Wildcats early on, and then everything kind of flipped when one James Nelson started finding his range from three-point land. And I'll tell you, that far side corner in this game for Northwest Nazarene is their new home. They could put their logo down there the way they're shooting three-pointers.
Yeah, Jeff, right now what you're seeing is Northwest Nazarene, they're doing a good job of making sure that they get double-teamed, and then they kick it out to the wide-open man from the three-point line, and they're making those shots. Right now, the Wildcats just don't seem to hit their open shots from the three-point line.
Terashima trying to spread it out. Xavier Smith on him in defense. Murphy comes up for the screen. Terashima just blows past everybody and scores. But it's a 12-point game, 14-point game right now.
No help there, Jeff. The Wildcats got to do a better job of helping out their brother.
Pope thinking about three, but great pickup defense there. Smith looking to attack the hoop. Fading against two guys off the back iron. Ezekiel Alley gets the rebound. He's coming back the other way. Alley's slowing it down. Finds Murphy. Murphy for three. And Murphy's law of averages says that he just buried that one.
But he went right into the young fella's face and let him know he did exactly that. He hit the three-pointer that Rose couldn't hit earlier.
Wildcats need to find an answer. Gilson working against Terashima. He wants this mismatch. He's going to take it to the hoop. Now he finds a man. It's Smith in the far corner. But I'll tell you, Ezekiel Ali has been all over the place on defense. Poquette finds Rose. Kyson Rose, ill-advised pass there. It's my favorite phrase, as the Facebook comments say. Crossover dribble. Terashima floater in the lane, a little teardrop, and he misses. Coming back the other way. He's not crying. Don't at him. He just missed it on that one. Kyson Rose from the corner. Dribbling in transition now. Just under 5 minutes in the game. 39-22, Northwest Nazarene out ahead of the Wildcats. Missed three, but I can tell you the Wildcats really need to slow everything down. It's just a go back and forth game. There's really nothing doing. Poquette loses off his leg. Poquette finds Pope. Pope over two men off the back iron. The Wildcats have had 4 shots off the back iron in the last few times down.
And right now the Wildcats, they're getting good looks. They're just not getting shots to fall for whatever reason. I can't figure it out. I'm assuming that eventually the law of averages will come back on the side of the Wildcats, and these shots will find the back of the net.
Dribbling to the hoop is number 12, Sam Roth. Doesn't get it, but Murphy takes away from 3 Wildcats. He puts Gilson down, and it's going to be a foul on Gabriel Roth, or Murphy, my apologies.
Well, he might be in a bit of a rage after that one, Jeff, because Marcus Gilson did a great acting job. Way to get your feet outside of the restricted area and then let the big fellow lower his shoulder, fall down, and get the call.
When you have a size advantage, weight-wise, over someone, and Murphy's a big, strong body. Gilson is very strong in his own right, but he's very lean. And I'll tell you, you can see when the bodies slap together, it just really was hard not to blow that whistle there in favor of the Wildcats.
It's a smart, savvy veteran play, Jeff.
Wildcats struggling to find an open man. Ball tipped off in the passing lane. Wildcats recover. 13 seconds. Xavier Smith thinking about it. Picks up his dribble. He finds Pollard. Pollard sets his three and buries it. And maybe Pollard has found that rhythm that the Wildcats need. 39-24. They trail Northwest Nazarene.
That right there, Jeff, is why you always shoot when you have the open look. No one was around Pollard. You got to take that shot and knock it down.
Jalen Fox from that corner buries it, and the Wildcats are just putting no one in that far side corner in Northwest Nazarene, is basically making that their home away from home. Attacking the hoop, Pope from the corner, tries to answer off the iron. Fox gets the rebound. He finds Ali, Ezekiel Ali with a beautiful up and under move to avoid Poquette.
Great play there by Ali. It seemed like he hung in the air forever because Matt Poquette came down, looked like it was going to be another block like he had on Ali earlier in the game. Ali just waited for him to come down. He jumped up and was like, all right, Matt Poquette, you're eventually going to come down, and I will get the acrobatic lay-in.
As we look at the floor, 3:07 left until halftime. The Nighthawks 44, the Wildcats 25. We'll take a quick break here on the Wildcat Sports Radio Network.
We will return with more live coverage of CWU basketball here on the Wildcat Sports Radio Network.
Not in Ellensburg? No problem. Listen to the Wildcat Sports Radio Network on its newest platform, iHeartRadio. The Berg is just one of a handful of university stations featured on the radio streaming service, and the only way to listen to Wildcat Athletics anywhere in the world. Grab your phone, your computer, and even get in the car and settle in, because it's time for Wildcat Sports on iHeartRadio.
Please join 88.1 The Berg and CWU Athletics in thanking our sponsor.
More continuing coverage of Central Washington University basketball.
And we're back at Dean Nicholson Pavilion. Jeff McMillan and two-time GNAC All-Conference offensive lineman William, I don't know your nickname, Ortner, out here.
Just big Will is fine, Jeff.
44-25, the Wildcats trailing Northwest Nazarene. The Wildcats have yet to find a rhythm. Poquette, little jumper in the lane as no one comes out to contest him, and he makes it. The Wildcats need more of Matt Poquette getting looks facing the basket.
Great job there by Matt Poquette. And really attacking the heart. It looks like NNU has gone back to that 2-3 zone. Get the ball at the top of the free throw line, take a dribble in and get an easy shot.
Swinging it around, Xavier Smith bringing it up the court. Smith thinking about taking it to the hoop. He does. He picks up his dribble. Great pass underneath. Gannett scores. He gets slapped on the head. No call there.
Great play by Gannett. He cuts in, gets the ball, but he doesn't go too quick. He takes a pump fake, gets NNU to jump away from him, then he gets the easy layup. That's a smart move by him, not going up too fast with the basketball.
Fox very sly with the ball there. Swinging around. Nelson has been quiet since his early breakout. Allen to the hoop, floater, and beautiful bank shot as a teardrop in the lane.
Wildcats need to do a better job of staying in front of their man there, Jeff. Can't let him get past you and get an easy look in the lane.
Smith looking for the screen. Tipped away by Allen. Pollard for three from the corner, and he buries it, and it looks like the rhythm for one Micah Pollard has been found.
Sometimes it takes a little bit to warm up, Jeff. You know, the limbs, they're not quite as loose and limber as they need to be all the time.
Allen fading, misses. Beautiful rebound underneath, and a swat by Poquette.
Fantastic play by Matt Poquette. Never giving up on that one. Great defensive play.
Nobody comes out on Smith, but he makes a beautiful dime to Gilson for the slam, jam, dunk.
Boom, shakalaka, Jeff. Fantastic play by the Wildcats. And look at that. The Wildcats start scoring when they run through their offense, when they start spreading the ball around. Where you see the Wildcats start to get in trouble is when they try to go isolation ball, do it one-on-one, all by themselves. When they are passing the ball around, that is when the Wildcats get those easy dunks.
1:21 until halftime. The Nighthawks lead the Wildcats 46-34, but the Wildcats finding the rhythm. Micah Pollard has nailed his last two shots down the floor from three-point land. And I'll tell you, when you start seeing Gilson getting inside and being able to score and getting dunks, the Wildcats are destined for better things.
For sure, Jeff. Right now, Micah Pollard has really come alive. He struggled early on in the first half, but he's made his last three shots, including two from beyond the arc. I knew that the looks he was getting, I was okay with them because they were wide open looks. You know they're eventually going to fall. That's why shooters keep shooting, and you're starting to see Micah Pollard catch a little fire.
Pollard is great defensively, and you're going to see it here against Terashima. Hounding Terashima. Smith also strong defensive on the perimeter. Murphy is into the game. He finds a man in the corner for three. Buried it. Number 12, Sam Rock.
Great passing there by NNU, making sure that they find the open man in the corner, just like they've been doing all night. Another wide open three-pointer.
Swinging it around. Leaner buried the shot. Xavier Smith, he's the X factor in this game.
Great shot there by Smith, making sure he gets a wide open look.
Gilson with the defensive play and a foul. I think they're going to call Gannett. Let's see the numbers they throw up. As it is on Gannett, but I'll tell you, Ezekiel Alley is something special. He's got in the lane, hung just for a second, floated right over the top of Gilson.
I'll tell you what, Jeff, Ezekiel Alley, man, he can float. When he jumps in the air, he just seems to hang forever, and that's what allows him to give his acrobatic shots, and that's why he's able to score as much as he does.
Ball inbounded. Xavier Smith bringing it up the floor. Smith working against a tough defender here. He wants one-on-one. 24 seconds on the clock, 17 on the shot clock. Wildcats are waiting to get into the offense. As it rolls down, they'll move at 9 seconds. There's 9 on the shot clock. Here comes Gilson. Gilson with the high screen. They get the switch. And a foul right there as the switch led to a little off balance there as Redia came across and body checked him.
It seems like the Wildcats are going to play for the last shot here in the half, Jeff. I think that's smart. This stops the Nighthawks from getting a chance to go on the offensive and get any points to extend the lead. And if you are able to make a basket here, it looks like the Wildcats might have a chance to go into halftime with a little bit closer game.
Pollard, 2 seconds, pump fake, shoots it, and an air ball on that one. Pollard wanted it himself. He got the look that he thought he needed, but it does not go down for the Wildcats there. The score right now, Northwest Nazarene 52, the Wildcats 36. We're at the half. We're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be back with some insight and some game breakdown here on the Wildcat Sports Radio Network.
Here's more continuing coverage of Central Washington University basketball.
Well, you know something, Mean Gene. All the Hulkamaniacs are out here going wild as we're here at Dean Nicholson Pavilion. Jeff McMillan alongside Will Ortner. And the Wildcats, this game has gone, as the comment section says on the YouTube, a little out of hand quick as the Wildcats trail 52-36 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds roughly before we're back into the action. I'll tell you, we saw a game where the Wildcats were playing close, playing tight, scoring inside. Then all of a sudden the Nighthawks were able to start hitting the threes from both corners, and the Wildcats had no answer. Pollard coming on late, started finding a rhythm, but a couple of ill-advised plays, my favorite word according to the comment section, and some really tough shots that the Wildcats were taking really kind of put this game out of reach for them. To claw back into it as Wildcats would, what do they need to do?
Well, right now, to quote the great former Montana Tech football coach Bob Green, we're like the kid that plays second French horn in the school band. We got to play better, Jeff. And right now, I think the key to that is running the offense all the way through. What you see in the last few games when the Wildcats get into trouble, it's when they try to play hero ball. It's when they try to have one guy go 1-on-5 against the entire other team, and it never works. Spread the ball around. Right now, how do you eat an elephant, Jeff? One bite at a time. Go down on offense, get a score. Come back on defense, get a stop. All of a sudden, you keep doing that, you're back in this game. The game's tied up, and you have a chance to win this game late.
You know, I'm going to tell you, there's nothing wrong with being second chair or third chair. I was a fourth chair flute player in the seventh.
You should have played a lot better.
Listen, I had no understanding of what was going on in there. I was in there to make friends. Nobody liked me in there either. We're almost into the game, 1 minute away, 52-36 the score. The Wildcats trying to find a rhythm on offense. The Wildcats doing a reasonable job on defense, even though they've given up 52 points. Defensively on the interior, they've been great. It's really tough to stop Nelson the bully from the outside. James Nelson, the sophomore, 6'6", out of Salem, Utah, has been all over the Cats. 14 points. He's 5 of 7 from the floor, 3 of 4 from downtown, and 1 of 1 from the line. He's really done nothing else, but he hasn't had to in his 9 minutes of the game. He's just been shooting lights out.
Well, the big thing for the Cats right now is they have an issue of going for a steal and then missing. Right now, the Wildcats have tried to force turnovers. They've gone to stick their hand in the lane, get their whole body in. They miss the steal. All of a sudden now you have to play help defense to stop an easy lay-in. The Nighthawks are kicking it out, and that's why you're seeing guys like Nelson and Murphy and Fox hit the three-pointers that they're hitting right now for the Nighthawks.
The Wildcats need to give a little more body and a little more physical
just stay in front, Jeff. That's the big key right now. Don't try and let the guy sneak past you and then you wolf him from behind, right? Where you sneak your hand in and you just poke the ball out. Keep the man in front of you. Keep moving your feet. Keep yourself between them and the basket, and I think you'll start seeing more stops go the Wildcat way.
As we're getting ready to go, the teams are taking the floor. Set to inbound, number 12, Sam Roth. Inbounds it to Terashima. Terashima brings it off the high corner. And a little body check on that one. We're getting a whistle. And we're getting a call right there. It looks like you're calling Pollard for a foul. Nope, a Stafford. It looks like 24, 2-4.
Micah Pollard seemed to be taken aback by that call, Jeff. He was giving the whole, me?
Swinging the ball out, Terashima. Terashima, who's, for the most part of this game, been pretty well contained by the Wildcats. He's got 2 points after he had a breakout performance last night. Dribbling around, swings it around. Finds number 12, Roth. Roth with the floater in the lane, it's off the back iron, and the Wildcats are moving down the floor. Xavier Smith guiding the action, gives it to Poquette. Poquette battles in the interior, gives a little body underneath, gets swatted from behind, no call. Pollard comes away with it. Poquette, spin move, up fake, kicks it out. Smith will slow it down, 12 on the shot clock. The Wildcats have time. Finds Poquette for 3. Poquette says, no, I'm going to go in against the big fella. And he gets one on that score, taking the body to the hoop.
Great play there by Matt Poquette. You know he's not the best shooter from beyond the arc, so what does he do? He goes and he attacks Murphy. That's going to be key for the Wildcats. If you can get to Murphy into some foul trouble, that is going to open up the middle of the lane. That was a big reason why Poquette and Gilson were able to have such big games last night.
And it goes in and out. He doesn't convert the three-point play, but the Wildcats needed that action. 52-38, 1 minute gone in the second half. Terashima to the hoop for Northwest Nazarene. He misses, and Poquette comes around with another one, but what a play by Terashima. He's getting sweet on him like tiramisu and all sticky hands, taking the ball away.
Got to be smarter than that if you're Matt Poquette. Can't let that happen.
Gilson with the block there as he adjusted Ezekiel Zali's shot. Pollard bringing it up the floor. Pollard going to take it right to the hoop. I'll tell you what, loses the ball. Sets it up, Poquette thinking about three. He's going to attack the hoop again. Poquette now. Murphy was able to block it and tip it away and knock it off the Wildcat.
I don't know about that one, Jeff. It seemed very similar to the last play. I felt like Poquette got a little bit of the contact needed, but that's why I'm not in stripes, Jeff.
The Wildcats giving a press down the floor. Moving the ball is Terashima. He's trying to get it to Ali, and he does. They get the ball to 15, Reedy. Fading shot and buries it. The headband wearing George Reedy.
I'll tell you what, headband wearing George Reedy is a lot more aggressive than last night's no headband George Reedy. And it seems like he's making all of his shots. I want him to take the headband off.
Jump shot rattles in and out. Coming down the floor. Kicking it across, Terashima, crossover dribble to the hoop. Great play by Marcus Gilson, gets his feet set as Terashima comes in out of control.
Great play there by Gilson. He had the wide open three, wasn't able to knock it down on the last offensive possession. So how does he make up for it? He makes sure he gets in the lane and takes the charge from Terashima. Fantastic play.
Dribbling the ball around, gets it to Smith. Smith spins away. Jumping, fading, no, loses the ball in traffic. Ali comes away, gets a foul. Smith reached across, and I'll say it, as I always do, ill-advised play by Smith on that one.
Smith right there can't compound his mistakes. You lose the ball, they force you into a turnover, then you can't make an ill-advised foul. See, I'm joining in on the fun, Jeff.
I love the compound there. That you really wowed me with that one.
It's about compound interest. I've been looking into stocks.
To the moon on that one with the miss. The Wildcats going back the other way. The alley-oop. Stafford grabs it out of the air, misses the rebound. The Wildcats got a little too fancy on that one. A little too much mustard on the hot dog. Terashima to Murphy. Murphy doesn't get the dunk, but he gets a foul. Murphy flailing as he goes against the boards there.
Yeah, I don't know if he needed to go all the way to the boards, but that's a good play right there by Gilson. Force the big fella to the free throw line. Force him to shoot the free throws. Make him earn it. Don't let him get in with the big dunk.
If that had happened in a normal game, non-COVID time where everybody's around, I would have been watching out for the pep band. Look out, trombone player. I don't know if they actually have a
It's
trombone.
very similar to like when Shaq dove into the stands when he was playing for the Phoenix Suns. Everyone's like, got to get out of the way. No one's going to catch him.
I'm telling you, CW band, they're not moving. They're standing tall against that. Somebody coming into the crowd.
It's going to be like a cartoon where he goes through the drum.
Set for the free throw, Murphy buries that one. Murphy, the big body out there, has caused problems for the Wildcats when he's been in there. Gilson in transition, spinning inside. Nothing doing. Gilson trying to get back on defense. Murphy running down unchecked. Now everything is banging around. Nobody knows what to do. They're going to reset with Ezekiel Ali at the top. Ali dribbling with the right hand. Long three-pointer and buries it. Beautiful touch.
You're starting to see Northwest Nazarene kind of take over. It's almost a little bit of a revenge game for them right now. They lost last night, and they want to prove that last night was a fluke.
Xavier Smith, crossover dribble, finds Gilson. Gilson hands it off to Stafford. Stafford's got long arms and a great reach. He's a guy who I'd love to see get to the basket. Smith able to draw a foul on number 15, George Reedy on that.
He was not ready to move his feet there, Jeff, and that's why he got the foul called on him.
You know, you got to be ready for anything that comes your way, especially if you're George Reedy.
I bet he's sick of all the Reedy jokes.
Odds that we're getting his name right? 50-50? Smith.
They didn't bring a translation.
Dribbling across.
Pronunciation
guide. Gilson gets the ball one-on-one against Murphy. Now he hands it off to Pollard. Pollard's going to go against everybody. Gets it up and over the big fella. And Micah Pollard has never met a shot that he did not love.
Hey, Jeff, I love every shot that goes in, too.
Pollard with the great WWE sell job on that one. As Murphy was set and he put the body into Pollard there, and Pollard went down like a sack of potatoes.
Jeff, I disagree with you right there. That seemed like assault, brother.
We got a timeout on the floor, a 20-point game as Northwest Nazarene leads the Wildcats here. 60-40 is the score. We're going to take a quick break here on the Wildcats Sports Radio Network.
You're listening to the Wildcat Sports Radio Network on KCWU Ellensburg.
Wildcat Sports Radio Network.
Now back to live coverage of CWU basketball on the Wildcat Sports Radio Network.
60-40 here in Nicholson Pavilion. 15:59 left in this game. The Wildcats scored the upset with a 10-point victory last night. But tonight they are struggling to find their rhythm. 60-40 the score. Stafford swings the ball to the backside to Pollard. Pollard against Ezekiel Alley. Pollard against everybody in white jerseys. Giving it back. Smith going baseline against Allen. Posting him up now. Comes across the lane with a little floater. Off iron. Rebounded by Xavier Smith. He gets his own board.
Fantastic play there by Smith, Jeff. He just never gave up. I love the hustle. Going in for a shot. Doesn't quite get it. Take the ball back and get it up again. Fantastic job.
Allen dribbling the ball. Exciting. Into Ezekiel Alley, who's always exciting. Alley to the hoop against four Wildcats. He kicks it out. Swinging that ball around. A great play by Micah Pollard. Pollard in transition. You know he's going to the hoop. Finger roll. Clyde Drexler style. Beautiful score for the Wildcats.
He has better hair than Clyde, though, Jeff. That was a fantastic play. Love the effort by Micah Pollard. He's been the best thing for the Wildcats tonight.
As a couple of guys who love good hair guys, Micah Pollard does have great hair.
I feel like you're attacking me.
I am not.
I like Ezekiel Alley's hair, Jeff.
Allen gets the ball. Swinging it around now. High screen. Set to roll to the hoop. Crossover dribble. Loses it is Allen. The Wildcats chasing. Three from the corner as the shot clock goes off, and a great rebound by number 5, Farron.
I love the effort by Micah Pollard right now trying to box out Farron, who has a good 8 inches over him right now. Excuse me, 9 inches.
Three-pointer from the corner, and I'll tell you what, a beautiful spin move. Xavier Smith looking for Gilson. Gilson gets the foul as he has Ezekiel Alley on him. But I'll tell you, Farron threw Marcus Gilson at the other end of the floor down to the ground. Physical play now starting to happen, and I was going to tell you, with Murphy out of there, I didn't think they were going to be as physical, but it seems like they've gotten a little tougher out there. Not saying anything against Murphy, seems like a tough fella. But Farron is playing tough inside right now.
Yeah, Jeff, it seems like he's kind of taken on the role of the enforcer. When Murphy's in, that's how he plays. He's going to use his strong physical presence to dominate the game, and it seems like Farron is picking up on that.
Three from the corner. Gannett rattles it way off the top of the backboard. Nothing doing there. Farron gets the ball. Rebounds, gives it to Ezekiel Alley. Alley coming up, nice screen by Farron. Alley kicks it across. Nelson off the back iron, rebound by Pollard. We're coming back the other way. Pollard moving and scooting. He's quicker than a hiccup. A little spin-a move there with his hands and finger rolls it in.
He is incredible, Jeff. He is so athletic, flying down the court and then jumping in the air, hanging forever to make sure that he gets his shot to fall.
Ezekiel Alley going in against the bigs of the Wildcat. Pollard can't get the shot block, and Alley scores. 63-46, 13-25 as the clock rolls. Crossover dribble, kicks it out. Poquette gonna go in. Poquette gets bodied, and the foul, but the shot does not go.
Great job there by Poquette. Again, I respect that he understands where his skills are. He knows he's going to be a better shot when he attacks the hoop and he gets inside trying to make a lay-in or at least an acrobatic shot. There's no reason to take the three if you don't think it'll fall for you. Way to get the foul.
Off the front iron.
The weird and rare Matt Poquette mix.
Poquette has been incredibly consistent this year. Murphy comes into the game. Farron, who's played great in his few minutes, comes out to a smattering of high fives, or low fives, I guess, or mid-level fives to his teammates. The best part about calling these socially distanced games is that the guys below you can definitely hear what you're saying throughout the game, because there's no sound except for squeaking shoes and you know, like talking to each other.
So that's how you talk to your friends. I think we need to work on some stuff, Jeff. Yeah, I'm sure they can hear us, but if we're being honest, they shouldn't be listening to us. They should be listening to their coach.
Yeah, but we're pretty hilarious.
That's what they say in the YouTube comments.
Set for the inbound right now, Ezekiel Alley. 13-18 on the clock, 65-47. Ball inbounded. Ezekiel Alley working against Pollard, and I'll tell you, this is a great matchup as Pollard will hound him all night. Step back jumper misses. Pollard with a hand in the face. Gannett gets it, working against two defenders. Gannett, not usually the guy you want to bring it up the floor, but he wants it. Rose for three, and an air ball, and I think that might be his second.
It's his third, Jeff. I would like him to get rim eventually.
He's just trying to find his range at the college level. It's a little different game when you come up here. The speed, the hoop's a different height maybe. I don't know. I'm not quite sure.
It's not, but you know what? Sometimes you just have off days, and that just kind of seems where it is right now for the young fella.
Allen bringing it up the floor. July O'Keefe in the game for the Wildcats. Moving the ball around against the double team. The Wildcats are giving great help defense all over the floor right now on the perimeter. Poquette versus Alley is the show you want to watch right now. Alley to the hoop, floats it, almost blocked from the backside. Help by O'Keefe, but guess what? Ezekiel Alley scores.
Michael Pollard stayed right in his face, Jeff, but like I said earlier, Ezekiel Alley just seems to be able to float in the air forever, never comes down.
Swinging it around, wide open look. O'Keefe takes it to the hoop now, floats it, can't get it to go. Nelson with the rebound. We're coming back the other way, 67-47. That's a 20-point game if my math serves me correct. And you get a whistle on the floor. Gabriel Murphy seems to be talking with the official. I don't think he believes what he saw out there.
Sometimes you can have disagreements, and well, we already know that Murphy wears goggles, so maybe they're a little fogged up right now.
You know, I'll tell you, I wear glasses sometimes, and wearing these masks with glasses, always fogged up. Probably what it is, Will.
Yeah, it's made me go to contacts only, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm getting a little low. Need to order. I use those daily disposables. I'll say they're great.
I also use daily disposables. Look at that. Who would have thought we'd have hot contact talk here at the game?
It's probably better than the CW football podcast that we had last week. Last game, I guess it was last night.
We did that.
Kick ball as it's going the other way. Murphy sliding on the ground. He somehow comes away with it. And I'll tell you, CW, a school known for rugby, and when the ball pops out like that, usually it goes in the way of the Wildcats.
Last time I saw someone scorpion that hard, Jeff, I was watching the top fails on True TV. That was a tough one. Right now, Murphy's walking a little ginger.
What's that show that's always on MTV? I don't watch MTV anymore. I've unplugged.
Ridiculousness?
Yes, with the skateboard guy. Yeah. Well,
yeah, rubbed your dick.
That's where I always see the people doing that same move that Murphy did.
Scorpion?
Yeah.
I should turn you on to True TV's World Nostradamus then, Jeff. They always seem to fall on their face and skid a little bit.
I'm just new to the whole YouTube world as we have it now. We're here on the YouTube. Used to be on the Stretch Media, but now you CW Athletics, you find us, watch the game, enjoy the action. Wildcats trailing by 20 here, but we've seen them pull back into games late. They really do well at scoring in the final 6 minutes of games.
The key is going to be for the Wildcats, you're going to need to run the offense faster, but you're still going to have to find a way to get open shots. For whatever reason, the Cats just can't seem to hit anything or get anything to fall. Right now you have multiple Wildcats, 0 for 1, 0 for 1, 0 for 2, 0 for 3, 2 for 7, all from beyond the arc. You wish those shots, you think those shots are going to eventually start falling. We talked about it earlier with Micah Pollard. He had so many wide open 3 attempts, they just didn't seem to fall until later on at the end of the first half. I think that if the Cats keep doing what they're doing, they're going to find open guys and get the shots off, and hopefully they start falling. The other key is going to be staying in front of Ezekiel Alley and Kobe Terashima, because those two right now seem to be able to get into the paint whenever they want against the Cats.
7 of 13, Micah Pollard is 53% from the floor, having a pretty darn good game, but we have to keep an eye. He has 3 fouls as we go into the final 12 minutes of this game. Rose hands it off. Pope getting it. Swings it across. O'Keefe. Beautiful jump step in the lane and the score.
Great play there by O'Keefe, making sure that he attacked the heart of the NNU defense and got in a layup opportunity.
Working the ball on the outside. Terashima finds it to 15. Reedy looking for the high screen roll action. The Wildcats take it away. Great defense there by Rose. Rose with another great play, and Rose says, I can do it on the defensive end. I might not be a long-range guy, but I can stop things on the interior.
He might not be a long-range guy, but he's long and rangy, Jeff.
But now he's long-range! Three-pointer. I told you they can hear us. He had to prove us wrong. Beautiful shot by Kyson Rose.
Well, look, Jeff, Kyson Rose is one of those guys. He's had a bunch of wide-open looks. I said eventually they would fall. They should start calling me Nostradamus.
Dribbling in the interior, Nelson with the pump fake, gets the jumper to go. Nelson has pretty much been quiet in this game since he started with those great three-pointers early on.
It was good defense there by the Cats, Jeff. He just, for whatever reason, was able to knock that one down. Gannett couldn't do much more than he already did.
Gannett dribbling around, gets it to Pope. Pope to Gannett, working that ball on the outside. O'Keefe's gonna go in, fading shot from behind the backboard. It looked like an alley-oop pass. He couldn't quite get it to Rose the way he wanted to.
I like the passing there, Jeff, but I wish.
And there's a charge right there as Nelson got out of control and bullied his way in. He said, ha ha, and the Wildcats were able to get the foul.
Fantastic job. Way to make sure that you get the charge. They cut me off right in the middle of what I was saying, too.
I think I cut you off.
Well, I was able to stop. I saw it coming and I went, oh. Time to get off the tracks because the trains are coming.
69-52, 10 minutes, 15 seconds left on the clock. Quick jump shot there by Smith, and he buries it for the Wildcats.
Normally, I don't like that kind of look, Jeff, but I'm not going to get mad when the ball finds the back of the iron.
Terashima dribbles through the lane. Can't find anything as the Wildcats are swarming on defense right now. This group has been outstanding on the perimeter for the Wildcats. Kicking the ball out, and a turnover. Looks like he was passing it to his coach out there, Paul Rush.
Well, look, Paul Rush looks like he's still in good enough shape to go out there and play a little bit. Now, he's not going to be a high flyer, but 3-and-D, that's definitely in his wheelhouse.
Speaking of a guy that's coming in shape, it's Gabriel Murphy. Comes onto the floor. Farron and him have had a great night switching in and out. They both contributed well for their team. Let's see how the Wildcats deal with the big fella in the game right now. Smith with the behind the back, throwing it across his rifle, and it was Rose. Gannett can't find his man, so he finds O'Keefe. O'Keefe in trouble, gets it to Rose. Rose working against Murphy, battling, fading shot, in and out, tipped out by Pope. O'Keefe comes away with it. Gannett, Rose, Smith to the hoop. Smith loses it, and we're gonna get a blocking foul on that one.
Xavier Smith got really bailed out there, Jeff, because he did not have the ball when he jumped in the air.
But the defender was in that little half circle. You told me about that. That's the restricted area.
Yes, sir, Jeff. I'm a little bit confused about what's happening. I'm not going to lie.
Xavier Smith set for the free throw. The score right now, 69-54, and the Wildcats are clawing their way back into this one. 9 minutes, 21 seconds left in the game.
Slowly but surely, Jeff, and that's exactly what we talked about earlier. Eat the elephants slowly. Work your way back in. Get a stop, score a bucket. Get a stop, score a bucket. All of a sudden, you're seeing the Wildcats start to fight and claw. Hopefully, within the next 2 or 3 minutes, you can see them get it into a 9 to 8 point game soon.
Smith buries the first of 2. Xavier Smith standing at the mountains. The beautiful logos here at Nicholson Pavilion. Smith makes the putt. It's good. 56-69. The Wildcats trailing significantly, but they're getting back into the game. A little press action too now.
I like it, Jeff. Bring the pressure to the Nighthawks.
Terashima gets it to Ezekiel Alley, who's come back into the game. Whistle on the floor. Little action underneath. Wait to see what the call is. Looking on the floor right now. Quick change as Pope comes out for the Wildcats. Rose O'Keefe, Xavier Smith Gannett, and Pollard back into the game. Pollard matched up against Gabriel Murphy. I think that's a matchup that Pollard does want. Switches up there, fading shot, and Ezekiel Alley buries the three-pointer. 72 points on the board.
You're starting to see why Northwest Nazarene is a playoff team right now, Jeff. They are making everything they shoot at the basket.
Pollard fading three-pointer and buries it as he just picks it up on the baseline, shooting lights out.
Whatever you can do, I can do better, says Micah Pollard. Take that, Ezekiel Alley.
And Pollard letting everybody on the floor know about it right there.
He's very happy with his performance. And I would be too, Jeff. He is 19 points right now. He is the best thing that the Wildcats have going offensively.
Terashima to the free throw line. Whistle's coming on as Poquette's going to come back in. Rose out, Poquette in. The Wildcats up front are going to be Poquette at the big position, the center. You're going to have Gannett and O'Keefe at the forwards, Smith and Pollard at the guards. Gabriel Murphy coming out with a big smile on his face. The backcourt has caused problems for the Wildcats through these 2 games, these back-to-back games of Ezekiel Alley and Terashima. The Wildcats, though, have started finding that rhythm, and here we are, 8 minutes. We always talk about the final parts of this game. We break it up into 3. The Wildcats, for the last rough 9 minutes of this game, will need to see what they can do over 3 minutes. Can they close the gap over the next 3? Then the 3 after that is the most important to the Wildcats because it'll determine what shots they're taking in that final 4 to 5 minutes. O'Keefe from the corner, off the iron, rebound by Poquette. No, taken away by Ezekiel Alley. Alley hands it off to Terashima. Terashima slowing it down. Screen and roll. Terashima to the hoop, beautiful take right there, and scores for Northwest Nazarene.
You're going to see this happen from Northwest Nazarene the rest of the game, I think, Jeff. They are going to slow the ball down, make sure that they run some time off before they take a shot.
Three-pointer miss, Gannett on the floor fighting. It's a rugby scrum out there. Whistle, jump ball. Possession arrow pointing in the favor of the Wildcats. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor. So with that timeout, we can take a quick timeout here on the Wildcat Sports Radio Network.
We will return with more.
Since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I
Washington University basketball.
And we're back at Leo Nicholson Pavilion. We'd like to thank George Hansen for the update. And then Will and I did a little history lesson there. And now we've learned it's Leo Nicholson Pavilion right now. We were battling each other. We did not know the answer to the question, but we appreciate the comments coming in. Dean Nicholson Boulevard, Leo Nicholson Pavilion.
I never knew that, Jeff. I'm not going to lie.
I've been making that mistake for 6 years.
I just assumed he sounds like a pretty good basketball coach. I did not know that Leo Nicholson was just as good, if not better.
Foul on the floor right there as Pollard goes down. Ezekiel Alley called for the foul on that one. And I'll tell you, for me, all I know is Tomlinson. That's where we play football at.
Yes, I'm aware.
Do you play football there?
I on occasion.
You play pretty good football there.
That's what some say.
76-59, the Nighthawks are taking it to the Wildcats as Pollard makes the free throw. 7:54, just under 8 minutes on the clock. Pollard for his second. 16-point game, now down to 15.
Wild's got to keep chipping away, Jeff. Chipping away.
21 points for Pollard in the game. Something tells me he's going to be knocking on that 30 door before the end of this contest. Pollard lets Alley go by him. Alley goes into Gilson. Gilson forces him to adjust it. Gilson bringing it up the floor. Push it to O'Keefe. Alley goes down on that one. Tipping the floor down. Alley gets up. He looks okay, and he's going to go finish. Big swat on the trailing defense there as O'Keefe made a great play.
Great play by O'Keefe. Alley seemed to kind of do a little bit of that European soccer where you fall down, grab the knee, and go, and then get up as soon as your team has the ball and run and do a little cherry pick action.
Almost scored it there, but O'Keefe did not let that happen. Alley is not happy about his finish there.
I think he thinks that O'Keefe missed the ball and just hit the backboard.
Allen dribbling, spin move, scores it in, a little washing machine action as he gave him the old spin cycle on that one. Smith dribbling, backing his man down, kicks it out. Gilson doesn't find what he wants. Gilson with the bounce pass down into Poquette. Poquette working against two. Poquette in trouble, fading, finds Pollard. Pollard for three, doesn't get his feet under him. He actually slipped a little bit with his right foot, and that's what happened there.
A little bit of a wet spot, Jeff, but Ezekiel Alley seems very fired up because he went out and he just absolutely shoved Marcus Gilson when he went up for the rebound. And now I'm getting very distracted because he's having to be restrained from yelling at the officials.
I think he's fired up. I always get fired up again, after my bench press workout. That's kind of the same thing. When I'm pushing people, that's why I bench press, is so I can give a good push and just kind of, show that I can bench that 110 out there.
It looks like he's having his coaches kind of calm him down and some of his teammates. He's going to take a break now, Jeff. But man, I'm not going to lie, that was a little scary.
Gilson at the free throw line. The Wildcats trail 78-62 to the Nighthawks of Northwest Nazarene. The Wildcats won by 10 last night. Northwest Nazarene looking to avenge that loss. Allen bringing it up. He's calling the shots. Great defense by Pollard as it's tipped away. 20 seconds still on the shot clock. Dribbling around is number 15, Reedy. Reedy can't get it to go there, and we're going the other way. The Wildcats have numbers. Reedy sprinting down the floor. Xavier Smith wanted to take it in. He is going to take it in. Fading shot over Allen off the iron. Little Allen comes out with it. And he slows it down smartly for his team, lets his team get their composure as he brings it up the floor.
I'd like to see Xavier Smith there kind of get a little more people involved. Pass the ball around. Do not try to go isolation there that early in the shot clock.
Reedy for three, doesn't get it to go. Wildcats have numbers in transition. Kicks it to Pollard. Pollard, bodies on the inside, and they're going to call a charge on Pollard. And Pollard can't believe that one.
That one looked pretty tough there, Jeff. I felt like that one could have gone either way. I was really hoping to see Micah Pollard go to the charity strike.
It was a great effort by the white jersey to get down there and make sure his feet were set. It was a bang-bang play, but great awareness right there to draw that foul.
I have to appreciate the play there by Sam Roth. He did a good job making sure that he hustled around I always appreciate it when the Wildcats do, so I guess I should appreciate it when the other team does as well.
Allen has it. Barking out to his team. He does not like the effort that's being given on the near side here. Dribbling around, Reedy to the hoop, nothing doing. Coming back the other way. Xavier Smith fakes the pass, floats it up, misses it, rebound his own, can't get it, tries to get the second. Somehow it's taken away by Nelson, and the Wildcats commit a foul in transition.
Jeff, that can't happen. You have 2-on-1 there. Make the extra pass to Marcus Gilson. Let him go up and make the play. All the time when I was a kid and I was taught, you have 2-on-1, you get the guy to commit to you and you pass it to your teammate. Smith got the guy to commit to him there, but he still felt like he could go up and make a play. I just wish he'd make that extra pass, and all of a sudden it would be 65-78, and it would be a 13-point game.
5:36 left in this game, 78. With that one, it goes 79-63 for the Nighthawks of Northwest Nazarene, who've traveled all the way from Nampa, Idaho, to beautiful Ellensburg, Washington. You know, the great thing is there's not a lot of snow out there, so it makes a lot safer driving on these trips for these teams. Buries the shot there. Allen 2 for 2 from the line on that trip.
Things are looking a little bad for the Wildcats, Jeff. So right now, I just kind of want them to run through their offense. Just see how well you can get back into this game. See if you can make a dent.
Poquette driving to the hoop, pump fakes, gets 2 in the air, can't finish, gets his own rebound, and he finishes strong. And Matt Poquette scores. If the Wildcats keep driving to the basket, they're going to find the answers that they need, and they might even stop the clock a little bit and get to the line. 15-point game, 80-65, Wildcats trail. Terashima to the hoop, and a beautiful take and score. Wildcats already back in transition as they're pushing the ball with Micah Pollard. Pollard crossover dribble to the hoop, flails it up, can't get it to go, it's tipped away, whistles everywhere. And it looks like we're gonna stay here. Gilson was on the ground, the host of players were on the ground on that one. Terashima talking his team down.
There's some yelling going on there, Jeff. I don't think NNU liked the call. I couldn't see who fouled Marcus Gilson down there, but he's the one right now at the free throw line getting the shot up and good.
Gilson gets the free throw in. 5 minutes and 1 second left in this game.
Gotta make sure we count for that one. It's very important.
Second one up and in. Gilson looking great at the line. Ball inbounded to Allen. Allen gets it across to Terashima. Terashima's gonna push. Beautiful bounce pass off to Nelson. Gilson commits the foul, but he got the ball at the top, but everything else down below kind of body, yaddy into him.
Yes, sometimes you forget that your body counts when you go for the block there, and it looked like Marcus got just a little bit too much to the Zebras' liking.
And I'll tell you, Nelson has had a great game. Obviously, his great shooting from the outside, but since he's gone silent there, he's been physical everywhere else, making a lot of great rebounds on the interior, bodying up guys. And I can tell you, he's been the difference maker for me in this game for his team with his 17 points.
Right now, Jeff, Allie and Nelson are the only guys on Northwest Nazarene that are in double figures. So they've really had to rely on those two to get buckets.
Pollard pump fakes, goes to the hoop, jump stop in the lane, beautiful look, and Matt Poquette with the score there.
I understand why you get them confused, Jeff. They look super similar. Great play there by Matt Poquette, though, driving into the lane. It's the rare non-layup shot by Matt Poquette.
84-69, Wildcats trailing by 15, 4:43 on the clock. We're going to take a quick timeout with this timeout here on the Wildcat Sports Radio Network.
We will return with more live coverage. coverage of CWU basketball on the Wildcat Sports Radio Network.
The dulcet tones of one Robert Lowry bringing us back in. Jeff McMillan alongside Will Ordner. We're up in the Crow's Nest here at Leo Nicholson Pavilion, located on Dean Nicholson Boulevard.
Yes. How dare we forget about the great Leo Nicholson, who was coaching basketball, baseball, and football here in 1929, all the way until 1964. Wow. And I want to use another Coach Green quote here, Jeff. And Leo Nicholson would have been so old that the Dead Sea was only sick at that point.
Will getting a lot of feedback from the from his message page right now, and his jokes are fire, as the kids say. Terashima bringing it up court, swinging it across to Ezekiel Alley. 4 minutes, 35 seconds, 84-69 is the score right now. Swinging it across. Reedy with his headband. Can't find what he wanted. Blast through and Lucius Poquette off. Alley in the lane. Alley loses balance. Terashima gets it. Thought he stepped out. Little teardrop. Can't get it to go. Battling underneath. Gilson comes away and we're going back the other way. The black jerseys attacking the white jerseys. Here we go. And a charge. Another one. I can't think of how many we've seen in this game. 4 to 5 in this one with Gilson committing the foul.
I don't know about that one, Jeff, and that is 5 for Marcus Gilson, so that will be the end of his night. It's very unfortunate there that Gilson couldn't get his feet stopped when he made that pass. The Wildcats are definitely going to miss his output.
And I don't question that Gilson came in a little bit out of control. My question is where the feet placement were of the defender on that one. It looks like in the replay that they were slightly on the line, but you're going to have to give the official making a tough call there. Gilson now out for the Wildcats. Let's see what the Wildcats do to kind of answer this game. Into the game, number 44, Gage Ansley for the Wildcats. Wildcats given a full court trap. All over the place, the Wildcats trying to get that ball to pop out with 4:03 on the clock. Brady gets it across mid-court, and he gets it to Ezekiel Alley. Alley going to slow it down, 15 on the shot clock with under 4 minutes left to play. 84-69, the Wildcats trailing the Nighthawks of Northwest Nazarene. Looking for a high screen, maybe two, but he's going to go work right into the young Ansley. Ansley can't stay with it. The shot clock goes off, and the Wildcats make a great defensive stop.
Great defense there by the Cats, but unfortunately for the Cats, when the shot clock violation happens, that is 30 seconds that is taken off the clock, and that is 30 seconds that they are unable to score points with.
Jeff McMillan, Will Ordner, 3:40 on the clock. It's a tough deficit for the Wildcats to overcome because they haven't found the answer in that little period right before the 5-minute mark, that 3-minute run between 7 and 4 minutes where the Wildcats kind of pull themselves back in. This might be too much to overcome for the Wildcats. What do you want to see, though, in the final minutes from the Cats to get back into this one offensively? I know we're going to trap defensively, but what do they need to do offensively?
Just run the offense. Look for good looks right now. Too many times you're going to see guys trying to play hero ball. I definitely believe a lot more three-pointers are going to be taken now because that's what you're going to have to do. But still, at the end of the day, you're not participating in a full season. You're participating in a game.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're running the offense and getting your guys used to, especially your young guys, used to running this offense so that when you come back next year, you have guys who have legit game experience, who have done the offense, ran through the plays that Coach Rinta has drawn up to make sure that when you come back next year, you are at the peak of your performance.
And I think the Wildcats have a lot of good things that they could take from this shortened season that they've had. They could take away that you have a lot of guys that are explosive and talented. I think you have Pollard, obviously, we know what he's able to do. CJ Hyder is incredibly talented. I'd like to see, I would have liked to seen him tonight, but obviously not going in this game.
David Thompson had a fantastic game early on. Gilson and Poquette have been great as well, Jeff. It's a good team right now. They're just trying to figure out exactly who they are.
Pollard can't get that one to fall, and we're coming back the other way. Terashima going to dribble it up slowly, and they're just going to wait to build the offense. Gabriel Murphy comes up for the screen. No, they pass it off. Murphy looks to hand the ball off, can't do it. Thought his feet moved a little bit before he dribbled, but nothing doing there. Allen with a beautiful behind-the-back dribble and buries it. Ezekiel Alley with the beautiful score on that one.
He played so well there, you might as well call him Ray Allen, Jeff.
Ezekiel Alley bringing the ball up the floor.
Nothing, man, that was fun.
86 to 89, just under 3 minutes. Alley to the hoop and scores. And Ezekiel Alley looks like he might be padding his stats a little bit here.
He wants to run it up on the Wildcats. He doesn't like that he got beat last night, so he's going to make sure that he gets close to that 30-burger you were talking about.
Xavier Smith misses on the fadeaway there. And I'll tell you, that's what you need to do to really kind of find your rhythm and confidence again. If the Wildcats aren't going to stop him, then he needs to keep attacking. The Wildcats did a great job tonight, though, against Kobe Terashima, who had a wonderful game last night early on. But in the second half, he was pretty much held in check by the Wildcats. They've only given up 8 points to him today. Crossover dribble, he takes it to the hoop, floater in the lane, and he gets it to go there. And guess who's in double figures? It's Terashima.
He's had a good little game, Jeff, but I think his main focus today was being more of a facilitator, making sure that the offense ran through him. He only took 8 shots to get his 10 points. So to me, that tells me that, hey, today it's my day to make sure that we run through the offense and we find our guys like Ezekiel Alley and Nelson for those open looks, and that's why those two have so high point totals.
And so often, Terashima and Alley are the two guys that everything runs through. Obviously, we've seen Allen in the game as well. Some of the game has run through him when he's been the main facilitator out there for his team. They've done an outstanding job. I mean, this is a good team, top to bottom.
It's a tournament team, Jeff.
Oh, yeah. I can't take anything away from this team. The Wildcats scored a huge win last night, played tough and gritty, but I'll tell you, this team bounced back, had a night at a hotel, thought it over, came back, and they were fired up, and so was their coaching staff. Paul Rush was very fired up early on in this game during an early timeout, and I think his team answered.
I would agree with that, Jeff. I think they're kind of going a little bit on a revenge tour right now. They don't like that the Wildcats snuck up and got them last night, so they want to make sure that they really pour some salt into this wound here tonight.
Whistle on the floor, waiting for Northwest Nazarene to come back out. The Wildcats are already set on the floor for the Wildcats. Gage Ansley is out there. O'Keefe at one of the forward positions. Gannett at the other. Pollard will bring the ball up the floor. And coming into the game for the first time for the Wildcats, number 23, David Lindgren.
It's good to see the senior get some time. I'm very excited to see what he does, Jeff.
Pollard was looking to get him the ball. He didn't. Somebody on the ground there, goes to Pollard. Pollard to Lindgren. It gets tipped. Now Lindgren's got a mismatch. He swings it around. Wildcats find O'Keefe in the corner for 3, and they bury it. 90 to 72 is the score, but a minute 43. The clock is ticking in the sand of the hourglass. Might be running out on the Cats. Cross-court pass, beautiful touch right there by Reddy as he was all set and ready to go there. Terashima dribbling high, hands it off. Alley to Reedy. Reedy almost loses it there. Ezekiel Alley, crossover, fading 3 with 1 on the shot clock. Air ball, the Wildcats. Wildcats getting the shot clock violation, but I think they had it in their hands and were in transition.
I don't like that one there, Jeff. They did a great job on defense forcing the shot clock violation, but it seemed like they got the ball with still 2 or 3 seconds left on the shot clock. The ref should have allowed Central Washington to rush down the floor. I like that in the last possession they really passed the ball around to make sure that they got the wide open shot. Now, yes, it might be too little, too late, but you're running through the offense and making sure you're getting good looks.
Lindgren almost loses it there. O'Keefe for 3. Back-to-back threes for O'Keefe.
Bang!
1 minute left in the game. The Wildcats down by 15. Wildcats attacking. O'Keefe almost gets it, picks it off like a corner. But Northwest Nazarene holds on to it. Now they're just trying to slow it down, find who they want to hold the ball. Bouncing it around. 40 seconds left, 6 on the shot clock. Somebody's got to get it up. Take it to the hoop, 3, 2, and the Wildcats get a block from Gannett right there And another whistle. We're going to stop at 32 seconds, so the Wildcats end on a tough note in this game. Down by 15. Let's see if they can get another bucket. But I'll tell you, you saw a lot of good things, and you saw Pollard really come alive. His 21 points in this game were something to watch.
He's been fantastic, Jeff.
Ainsley misses the three, and that's about going to do it. 20 seconds left. The shot clock is off. The clapping from the coaches is occurring, and the fans have started filing out of Leo Nicholson Pavilion.
They should really put that on a placard somewhere.
I wonder if there is. We'll have to go look. I know it's dark out. I've got some charge on my phone.
We'll have our flashlights out and see if we can find it.
And that'll do it here from Leo Nicholson Pavilion. The final score, Northwest Nazarene 90, Central Washington University 75. It's a tough loss for the Wildcats, but Micah Pollard put 21 points in for the Wildcats. On the flip side, Northwest Nazarene was led by their scoring machine. His 26 points won Ezekiel Alley.
He was fantastic, Jeff. He just has an incredible first step. Now, he went 3 for 7 from the three-point line, so we know he can shoot, but he doesn't have to use that shooting ability as his key attribute. He makes enough to make the defense have to honor him and come out, and that's where he can use that great first step to kind of get past the defense and get easier, more acceptable shots, I guess you would say, for him.
You know, his aggression is infectious to his team. And yes, sometimes when you try and do too much, you know, it puts your team in a tough hole. But I'll tell you, it's exciting to watch. And whenever he brings that to the defensive end of the ball, it is causing fits for everybody out there.
Oh, 100%, Jeff. And he plays with a pure aggression. We saw it a little bit earlier when things did not go his way. He made sure that people knew that he was upset, but it really seemed to feed the Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks, and all of a sudden the next two offensive possessions that they had, they made sure that they had some scores.
You know, all across the board, the Wildcats gave us something in this shortened season, and, you know, it's congratulations on a season at all. We didn't know if this was going to happen. And, you know, it's exciting, the Wildcats basketball finishing on a great note here.
Well, shoot, Jeff, I mean, kind of the way that it's been going, they might even get another game. It seems like everyone just keeps finding another game. They weren't even supposed to play these two against Northwest Nazarene. And then all of a sudden I'm getting a call like, hey, make sure that you guys are out here on Friday and Saturday night so that we can get a radio call. So I still hope that this isn't the end, because I very much enjoy coming out and watching this iteration of the Wildcats basketball team. But if it is the end, I think Coach Rinta can be very happy with what he saw from his guys, because it seems like in every game, another Wildcat was the top scorer or was the top player for that game. So that's going to show him that he has a ton of stars. Now it's just how do you find them to work together so that they can all work as a cohesive unit.
That'll do it from this evening's broadcast of the Wildcat Sports Radio Network. We're going to hang it up for the night, but hopefully not for the season. The final score here, Northwest Nazarene 90, Central Washington University 75. That'll do it for this broadcast of Central Washington University basketball, only on the Wildcat Sports Radio Network.